What's going on, YouTube?
This is Super Diva.
It's Mike the Socialite.
Broadcasting to you live in Philadelphia.
PA. Mount Airy, baby.
Yes. Got
Look,
some news for you guys.
we want to get right into this. Okay, so like we said, we're doing a different thing. Instead of just blogging about it, we actually want to do like cast rundowns of the show. On to Marrying the Game. So I watched last night's episode. Now, with the game, his whole standpoint. He's packing. He's getting ready to go to France because he's got to go. He's already signed, I guess, a contract for some type of appearance or performance for $100,000.
Okay.
He's getting himself together. Now, he has his entire crew. He's taking his whole team, including an assistant. Kudos, get your money. So, later on, he goes. He's having this whole big blowout with Tiffany. We'll get into that when we do a rundown on Tiff. And, yeah, he's having this whole blowout, and his manager comes. So his manager's at the door like, we got to go. We're about to miss this plane. You're going to France from LA. Like, you got to go. Okay?
Right.
It's time to go.
Okay.
So, yeah. They're going through all of this. He decides to leave or whatever. And, you know, he's just saying basically, because she all like, oh, you know, when you get back, I'm not going to be here. Your kids ain't going to be here. His whole standpoint is, first of all, I'm going here for $100,000. How much money have you made last week?
Right.
And it was supposed, for a day. So one day, $100,000. Tiffany, have a seat.
Yes,
I kind of like her, but sit down. Yeah. So he's going. He's like, I'm sick of her throwing my kids in my face every 5 seconds over this stuff. So he goes out there. He works. He gets his money, obviously, because he stayed out there for 4 days instead of 1. They go partying, and there was his friend, which he's close friends with, Wiz Khalifa.
Okay.
So they're having a party, and the last day, on their way to the airport, they're still partying. The game is drunk. Some bodyguard or security guard said something to him. He thought he told him to shut up or something. Kind of childish, but...
Okay, stepping on my sneaks kind of crap.
Yeah, he takes his Cristal bottle and knocks the security guy upside the head. Now, this is what Game said, a big gorilla. It's a gorilla. So, he takes his champagne bottle and busts his Game upside the head. Then they all start to fighting and everything else. Next thing you know, everybody's bloody and a mess, he says.
Oh my gosh.
So, on his way back, he finally gets back, and he's got this gash in the top of his head that, you know, he's got to get checked out, and it's bloody, you know, it's a mess, it's dried up. So, he goes to the doctor's office, and his manager was just like, you know, what's your number? He was just like, tweet me. I'll give you my number. And then he was like, what about your email address? He was just like, I got a 6-inch gash. That's .com, pretty much. Like, that's my email address. You don't want to give them no personal information.
Right.
And there's nothing but beautiful, like, Indian women and stuff like that there. He was just like, dang, he was just like, if this is what I see, you know, coming to the doctors, I might have to get busted upside the head a little more often. This is one thing I picked up on. Did you guys pick up on this? He was talking to the coordinator of the doctor's office that, you know, they're going to fix him, staple him up and everything. Right. You're going to need somebody to take care of you and look out for you. And she was like, do you have somebody to do that? He said, Jesus. Why didn't they say Tiffany?
Okay.
Y'all planning a wedding. You got the cameras following you around because the show is called Marrying the Game.
Yeah. I thought that's exactly what you said. He said Jesus. Okay.
Jesus. So, now Tiffany... Okay. She kicks off this episode just completely wilding out. She was fine for a little bit, but her standpoint was, you know, you can pay for everybody else to go, your whole crew, your gang, and everything else, and, you know, your team. But then she asked him to go. She wanted to go all herself. So he just like, you know, we're only going for a day. No, you know, so he didn't buy her a ticket. And she starts ranting and raving when she goes downstairs and she sees his homie that lives in the house. She's like, get off the counter. He's sitting on the counter. So get your butt off the counter, and she gets the list of who's going and finds out his assistant is going and it's a female. She starts snapping out, going off. This man needs to focus, Tiffany. You knew what you was getting into when you when you got whatever rapper and had kids with him. Starts going off, throwing his focus off, like he had said, throwing his kids in his face. When you come back, just in the third, and then her whole standpoint in her one-on-one, she don't play that another chick with her man. They're going for work.
Yeah.
I bet you got a couple thousand out of that $100,000.
Okay.
Come on now, like, and you trying to plan this wedding. That's what you should be focused on.
Yeah, focus
and
on
he's not worried about it because, you know, it's like, you know, a lot of times when we get like Bridezilla's in the wedding, and he's just like, go ahead, be a Bridezilla, but he don't want to be bothered. He's going to pay for everything and everything else. He's going to be involved. But no matter what, even a lot of times, I've seen other shows that when guys want, you know, well, what do you want? You know, it's just, oh, I want this and the third. No, we want this. You know, it's like, it's both of their day, but it's predominantly the woman's day because it's a storytell thing.
Hell
so
yeah.
Tiffany, Plan your storytelling. Get that together.
Yes, get that together because he's busy doing work and stuff like that. He's going to show up. All you got to do is pretty much take his measurements.
You got your $3,000 cake. Okay.
Take his measurements.
Okay. Throw your Air Force Ones on.
I'd be like,
gang.
listen, before you go to the airport, okay, thank you. I see you when you get back. I love you, and mwah.
Yeah. So this was the kicker, though. Christy, which is the wedding planner.
Okay.
She meets up with Tiffany while he's gone, and the venue that they booked backed out.
Are you kidding me?
Probably because of all the drama and the fights. They Googled, everybody was saying they Googled his name, Jayceon, and they said, they backed completely out because of all the, I guess maybe the drama associated with a gangster rapper. They completely backed out. And it was too hard to find it. Supposedly they said it was overcrowded. It was too many people invited to the wedding, over 200. And they will call the police.
Yeah, overcrowding, yeah.
They will call the police.
And they don't play that. They don't play that. Because if a fire breaks out, everybody's dead and people's getting trampled on.
Then that means their building is done.
No.
Next thing you know, you got some gangsters running up in there probably with a Uzi. Now they got to replace the walls. They're not making. They can't even. They can't return. They can't turn a profit if they got to put everything that you pay for your wedding into the walls.
Yeah.
I do like my man Game and Tiffany, but this whole thing is it's kind of crazy. Like out of all of reality TV, that we've been watching, I really think this is the closest to real as you can get. I doubt if anything is scripted. I'm really all about that. But so. After all of that, the wedding pulled out. Tiffany's stressed out, and Game comes home. He comes home from France, and they're gone.
Are you kidding me?
Took the pictures down, took the kids. They moved into the little house. That's what she said. Question: is Game and Tiffany renting this house for this show? Because when she goes and talks to the guy and tells him, the friend that's just freeloading, eating the kids' Apple Jacks and everything else. So she goes, no, I'm done with all this, blah, blah, blah. And, with the whole wedding stress, she's just like, I need you to pack this stuff up and we're moving into the little house. She didn't say a little house, she said the little house. Is that their real house?
Yeah.
Question. Are they renting this mansion for this show? Do they live in a smaller house?
Right.
Let us know what you think about that.
Oh my gosh.
Definitely hit the thumbs up.
We love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Till next time, YouTube.